Once upon a time, there was a guy and a girl. And they thought God was calling them to be missionaries. But one day the guy came home to his girl and said, "I think God is calling me to be a pastor." And the girl laughed. Time passed, and the guy and girl and their 1-year-old son loaded all of their belongings to move to Franklin, Tennessee. So they could start doing life with a small group of believers who lived there to be their pastor. They weren't meeting in a big, beautiful building on the top of the hill by the golf course anymore. They started meeting in a high school band room. There were hymnals and music stands in the back of the guy and girl's Volvo station wagon. Even though there weren't too many, the people were super cool. And more people started to join them. After a while, even more families came, and God provided a place to meet. The little church saw new ways to serve their community, and even more people joined them. The little congregation moved to a new part of town so they could serve families and neighbors they could have never served before. And the church grew in love and vision and hope. They looked next door to children and families who needed Jesus. They looked south to a little camp that shared Jesus, and many became involved there. They looked further south to an orphanage in Chile, and even more served there. And a lot of people's lives were changed forever. The little church was very generous and often shared the guy and the girl with many other parts of the world. And that's when it happened. The guy and the girl went to Mongolia, and their hearts were changed forever. Now they were torn. They loved this little church and the family they'd found there, but God was expanding their hearts to love another church far, far away. They prayed. They cried. They prayed and cried some more. And they knew they had to go. So once again, the guy and the girl with their little boy and little girl packed up or sold all of their belongings. But even though they lived far away, this church family was never far from their hearts. We love you, Faith Community Church. You are woven into the fabric of our story. And we are forever grateful.